Elevate Greater Mind here, man. Yesterday we spoke on collaboration and the need of people and their utilization of coming together, but you as a leader figuring out their strengths, weaknesses, and pushing it in the message that now feels like every task you give them is a straight elevator to their full potential. Now today, and I'm gonna get down on one knee for this, man. Y'all gotta see my face when I'm telling y'all this today. We're gonna talk about what most leaders don't even take into account. This right here equates to how somebody can understand that you are not that guy for real, not that girl for real, not that leader for real. Why is that? Why is that such a thing? It's because of one word, man. One word. It's how you react. How you think and how you react create that different aspect, different perspective on somebody else's perception of you. So you may have had the accolades, the prestige, the stature to get yourself to this point and now say, yes, I am a substantial leader. And you have, hard skills that display that. But when you're in those meetings and someone says something that taints your ego or your character or taints something that you're trying to push out that you feel like is the right answer, they see you crumble. They see you like how you were 25, 30 years ago, if you're that old. Some of you are very young leaders now. So young leaders really need to get this down pat. They see your inner child getting played with. And with most humans nowadays, they understand as real as it gets now, bro. It's no longer little manipulation tactics to keep yourself up to par. They can see it. They can smell it. They can feel it. So when you react this way, this displays your true intentions. We can say the nicest messages in the world. We could put out the best information out there that could help the entire planet. But it's when people can see your true intentions in the midst of you putting out these messages that you now can connect. And it doesn't feel like you're talking at somebody. It's like you're talking with somebody. Y'all feel what I'm saying, though? Like, come on now. We're not about to sit right here and just act like I can sit up here and give you all the logical answers in the world. Some people will nod their head. Some people will jot some things down, but they won't leave with anything. True connection lies when someone can see that your reactions are in alignment with your true intentions and not based off fear and ego. I don't know why it's ashy today, man. Ashy morning. Gotta give the marker some lotion. Can't even write my cursive, man. Sheesh. But nah. Fear and ego, man. These two things right here are played out now. They've expired to me, especially in today's world where things are so real, I could say. Like, there's no time to be out here faking it till you make it. Yes, you could fake it, but fake it with your soul. Don't fake it with your ego and what you're afraid of to keep you protected. What are you protecting yourself from? You're in a world that is abundantly enough for you. But like I said, this is business optimization talk. We're not going to get too deep into esoteric systems. So now we're speaking of reactions and true intentions. We all come from somewhere, right? It's cool. So we're going to discuss, where do you get your base reactions from? We're not talking about when, you're on the top of your game, someone says something, you can just brush it off your shoulder. We're saying when you literally get triggered, bro. What are your triggers? What are the things that get you to that point where you want to crash out, where you want to just throw everything away to get these things heard or said. See, for me personally, to get interpersonal with y'all, like my triggers, it's not being felt like I was heard or seen. Like if I'm talking to somebody, act like it's just I'm speaking to a brick wall. It got me like, yo, what's up with this guy? like what's up with this guy? Like, what's up with him? What's up with this girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be, or worse yet, they misinterpret the message. Maybe because I didn't say it clear enough. But in the moment, I'm not caring about that. I don't care about my accountability. I'm just caring about the fact that they didn't hear what I said. And the intentions that I put towards this message were not taken correctly. And now they're just reiterating something that was not what I said at all. That sets me off on fire, bro. That is what feeds this right here. I don't know what's going on with this marker today. I'll be going green after this lesson. But that's what feeds this right here. See, the soul's quiet. The soul's quiet as it gets. It's going to give you the best messages in the world, but in the most quiet manner, in a place where you have to literally sit down and, well, you don't have to literally sit down, but your brain has to be at a place where it's just mellow, stagnant, chill. Ego, bro. Ego's the person that's going to have you like, what did you just say? You said that? You said what? Like, that's the junk that's going to have you going crazy for absolutely no reason. You know what I'm saying? So, this is what's getting fed when you get triggered. Immediately, all the emotional messages are being sent here. It's up to you to now look for it. Ooh. It's up to you to now look for your soul, man. Look for your soul within yourself. And this, as a leader, bro, this is for leaders who are willing to make that transformation, to now push out these messages to get themselves in a place where they can provide an elevator for their team members to get themselves to that goal, to beat these deadlines and transcend their business to the next level. But you have to look within and find the soul in you. And like I said, the soul is a quiet angel. Let's say that. It's a quiet angel. Now, this ego guy, man, it's just pride. There's just pride going on, chin up in the air. So we understand now that your triggers get immediately sent to your ego, but it's up to you to make that decision to change and hear from your soul. What is this really telling you? See, the messages that your soul will tell you is nothing that's going to be like vindictive or on get back timing. You're going to have to really sit down, see what it's telling you about you, because everybody is just a reflection of yourself. That's it. You're perceiving it in a certain way where your ego is being played with. But sometimes the ego does have to be played with in order for you to get to the main source. Your main source of creativity lies in your soul. You may put up the front of your ego, but your soul really shows you and really brings out the new transformations that seep directly to your subconscious mind versus a book that you read that now gives you a new decision or gives you new perspectives on things. That could last for, some 1-2 weeks. You can make a consistent effort. It could be a part of your mantra. Yes, but the gateway is really learning how to find it within yourself. And you have this as the boss over your ego now. We all have to get to that point in life. Now, that point is exceptionally pivotal and difficult. And I'm going to show you why. Why is it so hard to hear the quiet angels, and why is it so easy to feed the loud ego? Let me give you a little rundown of the world that we live in today. It's a quick rundown. Nothing too crazy, a little quick rundown. You know what I'm saying? But, make sure I wipe this nice. I'm going to put up this word right here. something about this. There we go. Let's get some pivotal. Let's put that on the no diddler. Let's put that on. This backboard, oh boy, oh boy. We just getting all the disruption. We're gonna speak on that too. But this right here is that nice feeling you get when you get some new shoes, a nice feeling you get when your paycheck come in, a nice feeling you get when you're getting it in. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just dopamine is where the fun is at, the thrill seeking. Now, too much of anything is a bad thing, bro. Don't ever forget that. There's a lot of people, most people in life chase dopamine. I could really confidently say everybody chases dopamine in a certain way. Now, there's healthy versions of dopamine and there's unhealthy versions of dopamine. But too much on any side of it is really a bad thing. You're supposed to know how to have that cut off and good balance. This is when you sit down with your soul and you have those conversations. You sit down with yourself and you just take care of business within. But when you're chasing dopamine, what this now does is creates this one question for you. And please forgive the calligraphy. Where's the fun at? Where's the fun at in this? Where's the fun at in that? You're looking for fun. You're looking for something that will excite you. You're looking for consumption, ultimately, because really dopamine is just a form of consumption that you're doing in your mind. So you're looking for where's the fun at, you're consuming. And this could lead you to some bad places, bro, where every experience for yourself has to be thrill-seeking, or it has to be a John Wick movie, or it has to be Iron Man. Like, I don't know. It got to be something that is just insanely exciting. Most of the great messages that you're going to get as a leader lie in the most quieted spaces and the most calm settings in the world. But if you're stuck chasing dopamine, my guy, you're stuck scrolling on TikTok, looking for the funniest video in the world, looking for the best video game to play is going to keep your mind off, get your mind off. Like, yes, you need to turn your mind off, but you can't chase dopamine chasing your mind off. It's a certain technique you have to go about that. It's gonna be for a different video, man. We gonna break that down. But dopamine, with great power comes with great responsibility. Dopamine gives you the greatest power. Thing is, though, when it's being put to the wrong use, you're kind of losing yourself in that process. Because as a leader, when you react, and that comes with any thought, any conversation, shoot, even when you're reacting in the midst of your work, whether that be any career that you can name, really, you have to keep this one power with you that keeps you original and substantial in your field. Keeps you original and substantial in your field. Had to say it twice because, like, originality and substantial production could move the meter for you exceptionally. And that's what creativity does for you, man. Now, when you're in consumption mode, you're on the opposite side of creativity. When you're just scrolling on TikTok, when you're just looking for the laughs in the conversations, when you're not the person putting the paint on the canvas and you're waiting for the greatest painting in the world to come out. You're stuck on the opposite end of creativity. This is what leads you. And you're going to see this gap right here. This is what keeps you here in reaction mode. Because you're like, where's the fun at, man? What's going on here? Why is this going like this? Oh, someone said something I didn't like. Why didn't they say what I like? Bro, no one's out here living for you, bro. You are not God, gang. Well, another conversation for another day. But No one's worshiping you personally. You need to do that for yourself. That's what the sit downs and talking with your soul, that's for you. But reaction. Without your creativity and you're stuck getting triggered by your old past traumas, I just thought about something crazy. Your mirror is all you're going to see. All you're going to see is you when you're consuming. You're not going to think from no team member's perspective. You have the best team members in the world, but your creativity is not even getting put in play because you're busy reacting, waiting for them to get the deadlines done, waiting for them to see the vision that only you can see because you're stuck in your mirror. But you have these expectations that are unrealistic now because you've only been consuming. See what I'm saying? You've only had the intention to consume when you go out into the public world. But when you start getting into your creative bag, when you start thinking outside of yourself for the sake of the greater good, what that now does is have the personnel in consideration. People are getting put in consideration. Best part yet, no one can love yourself better than you because you know you more than anybody else. If you gave yourself the messages and the communication needed to overcome the past traumas and triggers, that now leads you to relationship. I'm not saying you're going to find a girlfriend becoming a leader. I'm not saying you're going to find a boyfriend becoming a leader. What I'm saying is the people that you come across will now feel like, damn, you know what? I've been there before and I didn't know how to get out of this hole. But this person looks like he's dug out the hole and he made a way for us to get out of it. That relationship, that brings loyalty. Loyalty. Don't you want your team members to be loyal? Don't you want your people to ride for you till the wheels fall off? You don't have to admit fear to do these things. You have to get into a creative space, and this considers others while you already considering for yourself. See, the talk to your soul, what that now does is you giving yourself the love that you needed. You're not externalizing it, you're not looking for somebody else to give you that. Now, what that does for you is personnel, relationship, and loyalty. Because now your mirror is looking for the collective. It's not looking for just your stomach. It's not looking for just what needs to get fed. Now the disruption, let me write this down, matter of fact, because this is very important here. We're not just going to act like we hear these new things and we can just take on the planet, subdue the earth with the new information. Because disruption follows intention. I did not quote this, by the way. We're going to write down the person who quoted this. Who said it. Disruption follows intention, man. So, you're going to step into this creative bag. But there are thoughts and patterns that you have become slave to habit to. Keep it simple. And when you are a slave to your habits, it kind of feels like when you do new habits, it's outside of your identity. It's outside of who you are. Like when you start going to the gym for the first time and your body's just yelling at you like, bro, this shit hurts. Why am I here? What am I doing? Let's go back and get some food. Like, let's go watch this movie, man. What are we doing here working out, trying to get ourselves better? We're not even like that. That's your ego yelling at you for creating a new person and self. Let's remove person now and let's get it to the root. Pause. Let's take the EL off this. Get to the person. We're gonna get to the root person of who you are. Your body gonna be like, come on, man. What we doing here? What is this? What is this? You want to make that new stride in your relationship where you don't need externalization of love and confirmation. What that now does is has your ego like, bro, no, bro, we're supposed to be searching out for this. This person's supposed to do this for us. Why don't they understand us when we just say what we say without having no type of consideration for the other person? That's your ego wanting you to consume. That is the disruption that's going to follow your intention to create. So, how do we overcome this disruption? It actually circles back to reacting, which is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It really circles back to how you react. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying you're gonna sit up here and be Happy Joe, smiling at everybody's face and start acting weird when people do weird things to you. That's not gonna help you. In fact, that may make it worse and you might become a doormat for others. So let's push that method out the way because that's cooked. But for reactions, react with recognition. Recognition and sometimes celebration. Recognition, I'm going to quote the Bible on this, where it's, you have to count it all joy. Now, like I just said, we're not about to be bright-eyed, bushy-tailed every day. We have bad days. We're human beings with emotions. But if you can recognize in your reactions that these are all in interpersonal development, to transform yourself, you will now be a lot more calm, a lot more at ease with what is going on in front of you, because you know it's just development. Now you need to track this development and start practicing what the infinite source is trying to give you to develop yourself. Now, as a leader, you're probably thinking like, bro, I just want to come to work and tell people what to do, and they do what I said they need to do. I get paid to do that. That's what you think. That's why you react the way you react, my guy. You need to have recognition in your reactions. It does not mean you have to be happy with everything that is being put at hand here. Yeah, at times you do have to put out discipline, but have this in the back of your mind while putting out the discipline. Watch the messages that you put out having this awareness. Watch the thoughts that are starting to curate in your mind when you have this awareness. Like I said, disruption follows intention. Your brain's gonna be like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you doing? WYD. Like, it's gonna happen. This is what comes with development, bro. It's developing a new muscle in your brain. This is like going to the gym. But this gym work, you see yourself 6-8 weeks from now, bro, you're gonna be him Jong-un. You're gonna move like John Wick, and everybody's gonna be like, bro, I just can't seem to shake this guy. I try to give him all these manipulation tactics to have him throw off his game, and it just doesn't work. Interpersonal development, my guy, leads to your transformation. My gal, too. I know the girl leaders out here. There's a lot more girl leaders out here, but we ain't gonna get sexist in this jam. But you have this recognition, you start tracking your progress. That's what leads to the sometimes the celebration. Now, disclaimer again, celebration doesn't necessarily mean you got to go out, pop some bottles, get some rosé, and go to the club. It don't mean you got to always go to the country club and, play golf. Whatever you rich niggas do, man. I don't know. But celebration lies within. Why do I say it lies within? We have been so accustomed to birthday parties, congratulations, celebrations outside of ourselves since we're young. I mean, let me not speak for everybody. Some people have never experienced that. But the true people who know, if you don't celebrate yourself inside of you, it don't matter how many congratulations you get. You won't even know how to receive the gifts that are getting put into this world. There's a million celebrations out there for you. And you definitely had the awareness for it because you've never celebrated within yourself. There's so many gifts that you just have waking up. Whereas that's one. Your hands working, that's two. Sight, that's three. Like, you have so many gifts, but you have never celebrated within. So you're not even thankful for these gifts, bro. You're waiting for a material gift. You're waiting for a Trackhawk Jeep. You're waiting for your designer clothes. You're waiting for, your deadlines being done. Your job being saved off your ass. Like, those are your celebrations. That's your problem. You don't celebrate within the small progress you have in your interpersonal development and recognition. This all lies back to you not being creative. You not being creative. I had to say it twice. Got two cameras on here. But creativity lies in your reactions. Creativity lies in the ways you think ultimately. But the way you think and the way you react are going to deter whether or not you're on one side of the spectrum or the other side of the spectrum, my guy. It's just how it goes. I don't make the rules, man. I just have to tell y'all through a system and you implement it. If you don't want to implement it, say I'm lying. All right. Hey. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to take in what they can take in. Everybody's going to create what they can create. What are you creating as a leader? What are you reacting to as a leader? These are new questions you have to ask yourself. Let's just get these 3 simple questions down pat, and we'll see where we at from here, man. We'll see where we go from here. We're gonna have 3 things you must ask yourself. 3 questions. I know my handwriting is substantial. You don't even gotta tell me. I know, bro. I know. You don't gotta tell me twice, bro. I'm already shocked. But question number 1 is, who am I when I'm triggered? Ooh. Can't even spell triggered. Trigger red, buddy. Gotta love English. Trigger red. Who am I when I'm triggered? What? Or progress. Oh, right, there's a little E. Yes, sir. And number 3. Let me make this very clear. Can't even make it clear down here. It's okay. We're gonna make it clear up here. Let's talk about it, man. Who am I when I'm triggered? What type of person am I when I'm triggered? What are the things that play out when I'm triggered? You start off with this simple question. I don't want you to get deep into shadow work. Maybe you guys feel like you don't have enough time for that. So we're going to simplify these 3 questions. What you need to do is get your mind to think about who you are when things are broken down, when things are messed up. Who are you when you're messed up, my guy? That's what's going to get you. How can I say this? I want to put this in a way y'all understand. It's going to get you to a place in life where you're now reforming who you are as a person. You're no longer pointing the finger at everybody else. You're reforming that in your mind. All right. Well, progress can be made to work the soul muscle. This question is pivotally important because I already told you the soul muscle is the quietest, most best thoughts in the world. It's like ChatGPT for yourself, but it's in your mind. Now, when you are at a point in life where the soul muscle is getting worked to and you're getting these groundbreaking, future transcending messages, you need to figure out a workout that's going to get you there. This is all catered to who you are as a person. You need to understand who you are and know within how to reach these points. Doesn't mean you got to go meet some monks. Doesn't mean you got to start crying every day. But maybe it might. It's catered to who you are as a person. How long will it take for my soul to be the boss over the ego? When you have a goal, you need to measure it with time. That doesn't mean you put pressure on the date. Whatever you feel like the date is being put out there. In fact, I kind of give you a bonus tip for this third question. It's going to be one word too. Is it really a tip? Pause. Flow. When you have this date in your mind, just say, all right, this is the date it's going to be. And you let it be after that. Once you let it be and you're not giving yourself another deadline to accomplish, what that now does is you're going to be more mellow and flow. And you're going to kind of see yourself with the progress that you're putting, the work that you're putting. It's just going to work itself out to that goal, to that date, set date, whatever it may be. Say you want to do it in 3 months. Okay, you're figuring out who you are when you're triggered. You're figuring out what progress can be made to figure out to fix the soul muscle. You find it. Boom. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z is getting done over the span of 3 months. Now, you're not saying, oh, week 3. Man, I only got like, hold on. Math, not math. Give me a second. 12 weeks. Week 3. I only got like 9 weeks left here. And we're like, bro, what's going to need to get done? You see how you're already moving in haste? You're already scratching at the neck to get the goal done. You don't need to do that, bro. You need to get in a place of flow where it's like 3 months from now, I know I'm going to be that. I know I'm already that. I know it's already okay for me. I'm putting in this, this, and this. So we're just going to keep going with how it looks. It may look ugly, it may look pretty, it may look great, it may look bad, but we're going to keep going. And I know where I'm getting to. I know my destination. That destination will now grant you the access of enjoying the journey. I was about to say enjoying the destination. You're not even there yet. Enjoying the journey, man. Enjoying where you want to go. How you're going to get there. The ups, the downs. Because you're at a place of knowing how you are when you're triggered. You're trying to work the soul muscle to get into your creative state. And you had this goal. You know where you're going now. So now you're just cruise controlling it. But still having intention and still putting out your best effort day in and day out. Now, like I said, man, there's going to be some products out here for y'all leaders and business owners who want to get to this place in life and create that elevator for your team members. Create that elevator for yourself within first. You're going to see how you react and how you can mesh that together with creativity to get transcendence of progress, fast momentum, and growth in your business. It's Elevate Greater Mind, man. I'm about to sign out. Gotta get on the game.